Hello! Today we are discussing this amazing dimension. It's amazing book, Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Oh, okay, let's slow down and talk. Let's just admire this cover. Have you look at this? I love these covers so much because you can really see Selena's personality, because she's not this like shy, quiet person who learns to be tough. Nope, she can kick butt like you wouldn't believe it. And I love how these covers just demonstrate it. Look at these covers. Look at them. Look at them. They're threatening. Aren't they threatening? Let's talk about Crown of Midnight. First off, I relate to Selena's character. I relate to her because she likes music and reading. And I like how she goes out in the shopping spree and she buys a lot of stuff. She's like, yeah, I spent all my money on books. But one thing I thought was really cool about this book is we actually get to see how evil the king is. Because in Throne of Glass, we hear how evil he is, and we see some examples, but we don't get in his brain. And in this book, there was a few things we got into his brain, and I was like, whoa, don't trust him. Okay, now let's talk about something very serious. Cal and Dorian. Okay, normally when there's this love triangle thing going on, or two guys that like the same girl, it's always easy to like one over there. Like, okay, obviously I like Will Herondale over James Carstairs. It's just that easy in life. This book, I don't know. First book, I was like, Team Dorian. Dorian is great. Dorian is bae. And now Cal's a nice guy. So I kind of like Dorian a little bit better. But then I like Cal. Cal, Dorian, Cal, Dorian, Cal. I don't know, I love them both very much. Which ones do you like better? I don't know what one I like better. Maybe Dorian, but maybe Cal. Sometimes Dorian, sometimes Cal. Just depends on the scene, I guess. But we find out the king is actually not as powerful as people want him to seem. Yes, he's a tyrant. Yes, he's evil. Yes, he needs to get off the throne. But he is not as powerful as he wants them to realize he is. And now we have this thing called the word keys, and if you collect all these word keys you get all this power, and just having one makes you dangerous, and the king has it. And so now I'm like, well, okay, what's going on? Because when Selena's wondering, well, where will I store these word keys? I'm thinking store them in the tomb. But the king knows about the tomb. He knows. And so that's kind of questioning, what else does the king know? I honestly think there's a word key in the clock tower. There's something in that clock tower, and she's going to be forced to go back to it. In this book, there's this huge rebel movement going on. That's one thing I liked about this book, is that there's plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. You think you can trust someone, but then they come and stab you in the back, and you're like, nope, forget that idea. So there's this rebel movement about the king. And first, you're led to believe that it's kind of just not existing. It's just the king being paranoid. At first, I thought maybe the king was making it up to get rid of some people he didn't like. Turns out there actually is a rebel movement going on. So this rebel movement isn't like all the other rebel movements. This rebel movement, they're kind of being brainwashed by this guy named Archer. And Archer was a very complex character at times. And Helena actually knows Archer from the Assassin's Keep. And so she kind of has a history with him, and she already knows him. But then we find out in the end, we can't trust Archer. And I was so confused during that because Naima is trying, I don't know how to pronounce her friend's name, so that's just how we're going to pronounce it, was trying to get Selena into this group, trying to go against the king. She tells Selena not to trust Archer. So now it's like, okay, now what's going on here? Unless if Naima thought it was easy to trust and get in this group until she kind of got into it and realized, no, you guys are trying to seek way too much power. Because they're not just trying to overthrow the king, they're trying to make themselves gods and become more powerful. And that's one of the big things in this book, and that's what I loved about this book, is that just this plot line just keeps twisting and turning, and you can't really guess what is going to happen. Then Dorian actually has magic powers, which doesn't make any sense because magic is actually banned, so how could he possibly have these powers? But then we find out the king has magic. The king has magic. And so I was wondering, is this going to be like a setup? I think this is going to be a setup. Because the king says how much he doesn't like Dorian. How much he wishes his son could be stronger, fiercer, and more bloodthirsty than, the reader, and peaceful and nice. And so I was wondering, does the king let Dorian's powers go through because he's gonna end up betraying his son. That's what I think it is, because Dorian has a younger brother that can easily take his place, who is a tyrant, who is very temperamental, very much like the king. So if the king can frame Dorian on his magic power, like, magic is against the law, you have all these powers, I think that's gonna happen. I think the king knows about Dorian's powers. I think he does. I think he's gonna use it against him. I think something's gonna happen to Dorian Airfire. I don't know, but it could be, it's very possible the king would do. Because why would he want his son Dorian to rule when he knows that Dorian would just rule with peace and kindness? It's gonna I think something's gonna happen. I think it's gonna do something. So when they're underneath the library in those passages, they're fighting that dark creature, and they're like, yeah, and Selena's describing him as like, kind of have little hairs, kind of like clump, skin's gray. I'm thinking of Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. Like, come on. That's what I was thinking. Like, it was Smeagol, because once a man, now a monster. I think the king is making more of them, because if you read the last few chapters, the king says he's making weapons and more warrior type things. So is the king experimenting on men to try to make them fierce, try to make them unstoppable, so he can wipe out the entire world. That's what I think is gonna happen. And I think these battles are actually gonna expand into the realms, because there's so many. Turns out in the books there are realms, and there's different realms, and like the witch said, you could be standing on another realm's ocean. So I think the king is also going to try to conquer realms. And then we have that witch. Apparently the king knew about that witch, and so he kind of turned a blind eye to magic if it can work towards his evil desire. So that's what the whole thing with Selena being sent out, though, because we realize Selena is the princess. No, the heir to Tarzan. I don't know. And this part was spoiled for me because I'm just chilling on Instagram and someone likes to make a post about it. Yes, my eyes. So I kind of knew that part was coming. I always just assumed Selena never knew her fate. I just assumed that maybe something happened when she was younger and she forgot about how she was royalty. And then, so she kind of got adopted parents. And then she got into the Assassin Keep once they died. But no, it turns out she had always known about her lineage. And so that's my other question. Why isn't she not secretly trying to build a force? Because she can knock it out. And I think this is where Cale's gonna start getting into conflicts, is that he is loyal to Darlin. I don't know. I suck at pronunciation. But he is loyal to the king's kingdom, and now he just sent her to the land where more people are like her. He can easily raise a rebellion, and that's, I think Cale is starting to regret that, like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? But the fact is, I think Cale's blind. Yes, he knows the king's a tyrant. Yes, he knows he's awful. But yet he's too loyal to ever do anything and try to support a rebel movement. And I think he would go down with the king, honestly. But when there's that group that Archer was in, they're trying to find this lost princess. I wonder if Selena was like in mind saying, ha ha ha, you're never gonna get her. Like, never. Because the way Selena acts in the books, you even don't know it. Oh, I wonder if they'll find her. And she is her. So that's what can really led me to believe maybe she didn't know her past, but she does. So when she started crying over her parents' death, the morning she woke up, and it was the anniversary of her parents' death, I think she was not only just crying over her parents' death, but she was crying for a kingdom that once would have been hers. When Selena killed Archer, because for a while Selena might team up with the rebel movement later on. I think she will, because I think Archer was in it for the wrong reasons. I don't think even his group even knew why he was in it, because I think he's lying, especially when he had started pulling herself away from this group and realizing he cannot be trusted. Because he wants to make himself powerful. He wants to make himself the leader. But then we find out that Archer is actually very more evil than we could even imagine. So yeah, he was part of this group. Yeah, he kind of got his head to be powerful. Yeah, he kind of got on the king's bad side, but I never thought he was actually that evil until we find out he actually is the one that killed Naima. He ordered an assassin that originally competed against Selena in the competition to be king's champion. But then it could easily be framed on one of the king's council members and he could go clean. But in fact, he is the one who did it. And he did this so he could split Cal and Selena up. Because he knew he could get Selena to turn her back on Cal, then she could turn her back on the kingdom. He is very, very mean.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Basically what these keys are doing is just turning it all into one big power game. Who can get the keys fast enough and who can get the most power. But at the end of the book, the relationships are so twisted. Selena liked Dorian in the first book. Selena broke up with Dorian. Selena liked Cal's second book. Selena broke up with Cal because she believed Cal betrayed her. And now we're in this mess because now Selena is friends with Dorian, but she still likes Cal. But Cal has betrayed her and Cal still likes her, but still focus on what is best for her. And we just have this whole mess of things. No one knows who anyone is anymore, apparently, because everybody is like friends, not friends, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder what Cal's gonna do now with this information he knows Selena's the heir. I wonder now what Cal will do with the information now that he knows that Selena's the heir, because he could easily turn her in. Because I think he's scared there's gonna be rebellion. I don't know. I can't wait to read that fire. It should be coming. I ordered it. I ordered it through Barnes & Noble, so it should be coming. Can't wait to read it. I don't know what's gonna really happen. Something's gonna happen in the land Selena was sent off to. And I think it's gonna be pretty big. And I think Cal will be, yes, he's still trying to protect her, but I think he's going to be trying to work against her in a way. Dorian, I think, is going to try to figure out his powers more. I think something's going to happen to Dorian. Like I said, I think the king's going to betray his own son so Holland can take the throne, because why else Holland shows up in this book? He shows up, so he's going to come into place. Something big is going to happen, and when it happens, it's going to go all downhill. That's what it's going to go all downhill. It's going to go all downhill. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'd probably give this book maybe 3.5 stars. It was really good, but there were a few parts where I'm like, this is really slow, just how much longer? But it's really good, and I love the series. I love the world. And who do you like? Cal, Dorian? I don't know who I like. We're still trying to figure that out. Thank you for watching. Bye!